Tommy, stop crying. Oh, wait, Tommy. Alright, hello, this is DJ. I just want to take a few minutes and do a video review for YouTube on two things, basically. The combination of this artist desk that I just bought and the Wacom Cintiq 13HD. So, I just picked up this artist desk on Amazon a couple weeks back. It's like $200, not bad, you know. But I was real interested in it because I like an L-shaped desk and I like the idea of it tilting like this, but I didn't know how well it was going to work. So the premise behind it is obviously there's a little kind of mechanism, you know, so it's your standard L-shaped desk, and then you got your different levels of tilt. The thing I don't like about it is these metal bars. You know, my last L-shaped desk was a big old ugly wood one, you know, kind of like the typical one you see in an office. But it was nice because it was a smooth surface, so I can't put my laptop like, it can't go there, you know, it can't kind of get there. I can't kind of use this middle area because of this big hump here, you know, and I'd even done something really dumb at the time and like put little dominoes under my laptop to kind of get it so I could move it over there, but that was a dumb idea and it just didn't work. On the plus side, you know, these tablets here, they have a little tilt mechanism built into the stand. And that's fine, but I got into this great workflow where I would have it like this, you know, I would have the tablet like this, and I could put the keyboard right there, a little secondary keyboard, you know, so I don't have to reach over and do this with the key. So if I'm working, you know, I'm going in here, this is working real great, and blah, 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 blah. Of course, it's backwards right now because the thing's orientated. And I did that workflow for quite a while like that. Because it's a glass surface, the bottom of the Cintiq here has rubber feet. You know, it's two big rubber strips. So all you got to do is just Windex this puppy off real nice and, you know, get the dust off of there. And it sticks like glue on you know, onto this thing. There's a catch down here, obviously, that, you know, because it is technically an artist desk, but it's metal and it's not comfortable in the least. But I'll tell you the reason I wanted to give this review was because a lot of people, when they see these tablets like this, you know, they see people, and this is the workflow they're doing. They're doing this, and I think that's just uncomfortable as hell. I think leaning over it is uncomfortable. And now they make that big 24 HD, and it comes and slides down into your lap here. And the guys claim to love it that I watch the videos on, and I'm considering purchasing one. But the guys, you know, they like it in their lap, and I'm like, you know, I hate it. Anytime I'm on an airplane or I'm on something like that with my iPad in my lap, I just, after a while, my neck, you know, I gotta lift up and I gotta bring my neck up again. So that's why I was so interested in this desk. So it just clicks into place. It's not real fancy, but, and it didn't seem real sturdy, but it's been pretty darn sturdy. So the workflow I've been kind of getting the happiest with is like this. So usually when you have a Wacom like this, you're using it as a second screen. I mean, it's gonna be plugged into a computer, so that computer is either gonna have a standard monitor, or in this case I'm plugged into my laptop. But it's a pretty good little workflow because I got my typical laptop here, mouse, keyboard, you know, I can sit over there if I'm doing whatever. But then if I'm doing AutoCAD, or if I'm doing Photoshop, or if I'm doing Illustrator, if I'm doing something like that, you know, I can come in here and I can start using this, and it's just, it's much more comfortable for me to be like this. I can rest my arm here. I don't need to be having any kind of, you know, I don't need to have this at a tilt and this arm hanging, or both arms up in the air. And I can put my chair down low, and I can just kind of, I can sit here, and it's really a nice little workflow, you know. So I am, of course, considering getting the bigger Cintiq. I think I'm going to just get the 22. But I am kind of concerned because I do want to use it on this desk. Like, I do like this. I like how thin this is, and I like how, you know, it's just right there and it's kind of comfortable. It's not like up, you know, the bigger monitors are a lot thicker. But at the same time, I may just need a little more screen real estate than this 13. That's why I have it in this portrait mode, you know, because it just works so darn nice like this, you know. That being said, my review of this would be that it's a killer unit. It's absolutely excellent. However, it's excellent for me because this is the third Cintiq, yeah, I guess third. And then before that, I've had probably 5 of the Wacom like Intuos style tablets, and so I've been doing Photoshop for a long time and Illustrator, using other things. So I don't care if the icons are tiny because I use most of the keyboard shortcuts anyway. I don't care because I can see them in my sleep, you know. And I take advantage of the hotkeys, the macros, the programmable macros. So somebody who's, you know, used to using it will love it because it's pretty well priced. It's about $1,000, 1080p, and then you can just kind of make the most of your real estate. You know, you got to move and you got to pan, you got to zoom, and then you got a pretty good chunk of real estate here to work with. That's okay. I'm getting to be older though, and so I'm getting to be a little jealous because I go on YouTube and I watch the videos of these guys with the 22s and the 24s and the 27. I'm thinking, well, I guess a 24 would sure be kind of nice, you know. So I'll probably do the old, you know, upgrade soon and then sell this on eBay. The good thing is they hold their value really well. I mean, they sell for about 75% of the original asking price. But so I wouldn't recommend this tablet for somebody who is new to a Wacom because the pixels are tiny and it works for me only because I knew what I was getting into and I'm used to these kind of things. But for a new user, it's probably going to be too small. That being said, I do want to make a clear distinction that, you know, I have used a bunch of these Wacom tablets in the past, like the Intuos. And the very first one I bought in like 2000 was a biggie. It was like a 12 by 9, and it was, you know, it was like when they were doing the square aspect ratios. And I was using it because I was having like a problem doing AutoCAD, too much holding the mouse and the keyboard. It was giving me like the carpal tunnel syndrome. So the 12 by 9 was too big. I'm looking at the screen and I'm moving my hand like this. Everything's going, you know, it was way too large. And I ended up using it, liking it, but I sold it down the road, and then later on I bought a cheapie $100 one, and the actual active surface area was probably, I think, 4 by 6. It was just their little $100 tablet, had a little roller and 2 clickers up at the top, and I used the bananas out of that thing. I used it for years and loved it, loved it, loved it, and I ended up giving it to a friend of mine who he loved it. The roller was great because you could zoom in and out real quick, and it had 2 hot buttons, and you could just mark it up, you know, and it was just a plastic cover, cheapie, Wacom Intuos. It was like a $99 unit. And then I ended up getting the 4, which I really loved. And it was a pretty good size. It was a little bigger than this, you know, as far as area. But it had the programmable keys with the LCDs. Those were terrific because when you would make your hotkeys, like here in Illustrator, I got hotkeys and I sometimes forget what they are. And I sometimes don't even really use them as much as I should because I have a full keyboard right there. But, you know, these little keyboards, you can pick up any Bluetooth, or this is just like a $20 little nothing keyboard. And I actually just hang it here, and it sticks pretty good too because they have rubber feet too. So it's a good little setup. And even if the desk gets dusty, it doesn't matter. Everything still sticks there because the rubber feet are already like seated onto the glass. So everything else can get dusty, and you're a-okay anyway. So anyway, that's just my review of the Artist Desk in conjunction with a Wacom. You know, I bought it knowing I'm never actually going to have a piece of paper and a pencil up here on the desk drawing, though it is a nice smooth glass surface. But as far as this goes, I think this is a terrific comfort experience. You know, and I know people suffer with comfort a lot when they're trying to draw. And so if you're one of these people who's been hunched over and can't do it, if you're used to using a desk like this for technical drafting or regular doing, you know, artwork anyway, I think you'll like it a lot. Because that's one of the things that certain products just suffer from. You know, I had a nice Surface Pro tablet. I was real excited when they first came out. And the comfort of it being up on that stand like that and trying to do it just wasn't good for any kind of pen activities. And so you would sit on the couch and you put it in your lap, and it was just, for me, you know, maybe it's because I have a double chin, and looking down like that, it just, my neck starts hurting, and it was terrible, you know. So this alleviates that, gets it up there, and the desk is relatively cheap. Like I said, the desk was about $200 on Amazon. It's lasted real well for the time I've had it. I mean, it's metal and glass, so it shouldn't be a bad deal. But it really, I think, for this case, creates a workflow that I can't get anywhere else, and that's so it's good enough to where if I do upgrade to the bigger tablet, that's one of the things I really have to take into consideration is I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose this nice comfort I have like this, and so that's something I got to really look at. So anyway, I hope that was useful. If anybody wants to ask anything specific or something like that, I'm happy to. Just, you know, post it in the comments or blah, 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 blah. All right. Bye-bye.